Day before, felt, felt okay. Went to sleep, woke up early, um, and I knew straight away that something wasn't right. Hey guys, welcome back to Cup of Tea, and today is going to be a slightly different type of video. I don't have a guest, I'm going solo. So the first solo episode of Cup of Tea. So yeah guys, today I am going to share my experience of my first ever panic attack. And I want the video to be very focused on the physical symptoms, the physical sensations of the panic attack that I experienced. And I'm also going to talk about the physical symptoms the days and months after that I had also experienced. Of course, the psychological element of a panic attack is also paramount as well. But today I'm gonna really sort of hone in on the physical sensations. The reason I want to do that is because I don't want anyone to make the mistake that I did. When I had my first panic attack, I didn't know it was a panic attack, and I spent a month not seeking help, not telling anyone, thinking that this was something that was just going to blow over. I just thought, oh, I'll be better tomorrow. I'll be better tomorrow. I'll be better tomorrow. And I could have sought help a lot earlier. But it was really through my own ignorance of not really knowing, not really being able to identify. I didn't know what the symptoms were of a panic attack. I just didn't know. And I thought maybe that there was some sort of, maybe it could have been an infection, it could have been something else. I just didn't know. And I just thought, let me just brave it out. I don't want to go to the doctor. I don't want to make this a big thing. And yeah, so I really just spent a month of feeling very uncomfortable before I, did anything about it. And I think that in this video, I'm going to just be speaking very openly and honest about the physical sensations that I experienced during that panic attack and the days after and the months after, because I want to help others identify what could potentially be a panic attack, or the onset of a panic attack. So it was August 2019, summer, of course. And the day before, I felt fine. I at the time I was in the gym a lot, and it was summer, so the sun was shining. I remember feeling fine. I wasn't in any particular distress where I would think, tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and just have a whole crazy experience. But life is full of surprises, as we all know. And so yeah, day before I felt okay. Went to sleep, woke up early, and I knew straight away that something wasn't right here. When I woke up, I felt this heaviness, I just felt really heavy in myself. And I'm going to really talk you through some of the symptoms that I experienced when I had first woken up. Instantly I knew something was off. Instantly, I knew that for sure. And I had a bit of a headache. I remember my head was just like it felt like all around here, just like, oh, like almost as if someone was shining a light on your face, and you're like, oh, it just felt like a some sort of tension headache or something. And one of the key, I would say one of the absolute key symptoms was an increase of heart rate. My heart was going just a million miles an hour. It was crazy. I was just like, what is this? And then I had and I was kind of sweating at the same time. And it's one of the stranger ones, I would say, is I felt heavy-headed and lightheaded at the same time. And that's kind of what I was like, wow, that's crazy, you know. So I kind of felt a little bit. I knew I felt very weak, faint, not much energy, and oh, and how can I forget? Yeah, I had it was like a very just like sick in the stomach kind of feeling, you know, like almost like you want to throw up but you can't. And I remember actually like not wanting to talk because I was like, if I talk, I'll open my mouth. I don't want to, you know, just, I don't know, like I just didn't want to. I felt like if I spoke, opened my mouth, I would throw up. That's how, like, just in the stomach, I just felt so uneasy. Um, and of course, the other symptom that was just crazy was this kind of like, it's like a, feels like a ball or a lump in your throat, you know. It's like, and it just won't go away. It's like you try to swallow and just think, oh, is that gonna, you know, somehow help it, and it just kind of stays there. And I was just like, but it was like a ball in the throat, but it was also like a felt like a like I don't know, like almost like you wanted to throw up, you know, like you was on the verge of throwing up. And it's just like it was just there, like you couldn't throw up but you wanted to, you know. And it just felt, I was like, I just did not know what I was experiencing. But you know what it was the onset, it was the start of a panic attack. And so anyway, I say to myself, you know what, I'm just going to try and get on with the day. You know, I've got the increased heart rate, the tension headache, the lump in the throat, the horrible feet, uneasy, sort of a sick feeling in my stomach, almost like I want to throw up. And I just say to myself, you know what? I didn't think panic attack. I didn't think anything like that. I just said to myself, you know what? I'm just going to get on with the day and hopefully I feel better tomorrow. That was my thinking at the time. I just said, you know what? Okay, I feel terrible today, but tomorrow I'll wake up and I'll feel a lot better. So I still sort of went on with my day and I went to get breakfast. Huge, huge mistake. So I went to have just a very light breakfast, and I could only get through a few bites, to be honest. And yeah, it wasn't a good idea. I thought maybe I actually thought like if I was to eat something, it might actually like almost push down whatever like feeling or sensation was in my throat. Like there was a very like, oh, something is stuck there, let me eat, and just like push it down or something. You know, I wasn't hungry. I had no appetite whatsoever. I did not want to eat. So yeah, I did that, and it made it much worse. Much worse. I felt even more sick. And that's when I ate something, I knew at that point that I was probably going to throw up at some time, because it went from like a dull sickness to like a, oh, you're going to throw up sickness, you know. And I was like, oh gosh, why? You know. And then some time goes by, and I'm just like, I've never experienced my heart going that fast. And that day specifically, on my very first panic attack, right? I had a few, I've had panic attacks after that first panic attack, but none of those could compare to how fast my heart was going on when I had my first panic attack. You know, that was really it was making a statement, you know, trust me. And the one thing as well, I had this surreal, out of reality kind of like seeing myself from like an outer body experience almost. And I had this kind of like hypersensitivity to everything, where it just felt like, you know, I could hear something from, I don't know, a million miles away or something. I just felt like very, you know, like a heightened sense of like, yeah, it's panic, you know, like when your body goes into like fight or flight mode or something, and like all your senses kind of flare up, and it's like, you know, it's like, it's just, all the sensations just become so heightened, all your senses become just so heightened, and you just have this feeling of like, you just want to run, you know, you just want to get out of there, you just want to, just wherever you are, if you're in a confined space, whatever, you just want to go, you know, you just want to get out, you want to get some fresh air, you just want to do something, you start running on instinct or something. And I said, wow, this is insane. So this was the moment when my panic attack had hit its peak, basically. You know, the heart started to really go. This was a couple of hours after I'd woken up, by the way. And yeah, so yeah, so my heart starts going really, really fast, and then I say to myself, okay, and then I start really panicking. I really panic, and then I just have this urge to just go somewhere. I just had to go, and then I ran to the restroom. And this was like the pinnacle of the panic attack. I ran to the restroom, and I just felt so sick, and then I just kind of I just started throwing up, basically. It wasn't like it wasn't like an easy throw up. It was like I really had to kind of like gag and had to really almost force myself to throw up. And I just remember putting my hand on the wall in the restroom, and just after I'd thrown up, and just being like, just breathing really heavy, like just really like just trying to just take like, what is happening? You know, I was just really thinking like, what is happening to me? And then at that point I was just like, wow, this is crazy. You know, this is crazy. I just remember being there for a while, just being in the restroom for a while, just like contemplating everything, you know, and I was just like, this is just, you know, I was in a state of disbelief, a state of shock, you know, still a state of panic as well. And then, you know, but, you know, once I had left the restroom, I kind of felt, I think that was the now decline of the panic attack. You know, I had thrown up and it hit its peak, and I think I started to kind of, all the senses kind of flattened out. And I started to kind of feel a little bit more like myself, but there was the trauma of just what I had gone through, which kind of stuck with me psychologically. But yeah, I want to stick to the physical symptoms. So yeah, guys, that was the really the story of the first panic attack. So what happened the days and the months after is, well, it was a month before before I went to the doctor. I still had like felt like a ball in my throat. You know, like every other day I'd feel that sensation still. Feel weak. Feel I'd feel like one of the main ones was, you know, you can feel like being more aware of my heartbeat, like, you know, like you can feel like when it's, you know, coming on, kind of thing. And yeah, still, you know, like a sensation in the stomach, like a just like feeling sick kind of sensation. And this was in the month before I had gone to the doctor, you know, just you know, I just kind of braved it through and just thought it's gonna go. But, you know, during that month I felt, you know, I still felt some of those sensations, you know, like nothing to the magnitude of the first panic attack, but I still had some of those like the aftermath, you know, I still felt some of those sensations, you know. I think some of it is linked to the trauma of it, but some of those sensations, they were very real, you know, that like acid reflux, this sick feeling in the stomach, this increased heart rate. You know, when I would go to bed, I just wouldn't be able to sleep, and my heart would just keep going, and then I was so aware of my heartbeat that I just couldn't sleep, you know, and it just created this cycle, you know. I don't want to, you know, that's it. That's really all I wanted to talk about. You know, I just hope that this video could potentially help anyone out there to identify what they might be going through, or what someone they know might be going through, so you guys can tackle it kind of head on, and start having that conversation of, well, potentially it could be something to do with panic symptoms, and the sooner you know that, the better, because of course you can seek professional help. Thank you everyone so much for watching this video. I hope that it was of some value to you. If you feel like it was, please consider hitting the subscribe button and hitting the like button, and joining the Cup of Tea community. You know, just you know, I hope that you will continue to watch the Cup of Tea show, and you know, I'm dedicated to improving other people's lives in some way. I'm dedicated to promoting creativity, creative endeavors, and I'm dedicated to increasing awareness and knowledge surrounding mental health. It's just so important. It's just so important. You know, you could have everything in the world, everything you want, but if your mindset isn't right, you just can't enjoy it. You know, so it doesn't matter what you have. So yeah, just want to say, take care of yourself, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Yeah, see you guys. Thank you. Take care. Bye.